Um, this is my first video log, so you have to bear with me. Not that great at talking on camera, so there might be a few takes, but anyway. The reason why I've decided to start doing video vlogs, is because I get a lot of emails from my blog, Living with BPD, and I figured that maybe people could relate to me more if they actually felt like they knew me more in person. Now the other reason why I wanted to do this video log was because I feel like I'm getting to a time now in my life where I really need to start moving on, and I need to start looking towards the future. So first of all, let me explain a little bit about me in case you haven't read my blog and you've just come across this on YouTube. I'm 24, nearly 25, and I've been diagnosed with a condition called borderline personality disorder, BPD for short. And basically it is a recognised mental health condition, and it causes a whole load of symptoms, and it actually took me until I was about 21, 22 to be officially diagnosed with it. You can't actually be diagnosed with it until you're 18, and I know there are a lot of people out there with borderline who are waiting for that diagnosis. And yes, it does give me a reason why I've done a lot of things in my life, but it doesn't actually give me an excuse. And I've come to realise that I have got to accept my actions and the consequences of those actions, and it is a long road. Borderline makes things quite difficult when things are difficult anyway, but I am learning to live with it, hence the name of my blog, Living with BPD. So anyway, I have a pile here of stuff. Now, I kept this in a folder for a long time because I just couldn't move on. I just couldn't let go of it. And there are things like, there's a suicide letter, there's the contact details of people I met in hospital. Some of them I still am friends with on Facebook, but some of them I just keep because I can't bring myself to get rid of them. Letters from my CPN, that's a community psychiatric nurse. She was called Vicky, and she was lovely. And if you've got borderline, you'll know the problems that we get with attachment, and I was really attached to her. There are some letters from doctors to consultants about me, and about my psychiatric care. There's some old poetry from when I was a child. All of these things, you know, I keep them, and I don't know why I keep them. You know, a care plan here. I suppose I just don't want to let go of, you know, that time in my life, because maybe that's all I know. You know, being well is a scary thought for me. This is slightly strange. It's a letter written in blood. I think I was about 11, 12 when I wrote it. I mean, a normal 12-year-old child wouldn't do that sort of thing, and I don't know why I can't bring myself to let it go. And I found this book here with a load of pictures in. I won't show you a close-up of those. And a list of all the clients I had when I was working as an escort, and all the cash deposit notes, 150 quid, 225, 520, 720, 160. Again, I don't know why I'm keeping these, you know, names, locations, how long, amount. It's just, you know, a time in my life which I need to now move on from, and I can't see how I'm going to do that with these still hanging about, and it's gonna kill me to get rid of them. So I decided that I would get rid of them on video, so that if I you know, if I chicken out, then everyone will know that, and I'll make myself publish it, because I have to do this. I have to move on with my life. I'm buying a new house. It's, it should be completing on Friday. I have to move on. I can't keep storing all this stuff up. So anyway, I figured I would be quite symbolic, and I would burn these letters, so there is no going back. There's no searching through the rubbish to get them back. I want them gone, and I think doing this will be an end of an era for me. I've been struggling with my mental health since I was 11, 12, even before then. I remember a couple of incidences where things have happened that I wouldn't be able to explain, or it wouldn't be normal behaviour for a child of that age. And yet I still am going to struggle. I struggle on a daily basis. I struggle with issues such as wanting to self-harm, anxiety, depression, maintaining relationships. But I mean, those are things for other blog posts. So here we go. Okay. I remember it was quite funny once. I wrote a letter to my mum, and so I don't know why I did it. Someone told me that, to deal with my emotions, I should write it to my mum and then I should burn it, and by burning it, it would, somehow get rid of it in my mind. So it was quite late one evening, and I wrote this long letter to my mum, and I set it on fire, and I threw it out the window. And what I didn't realise was, when I threw it out the window, it was still on fire, obviously, and it landed in the bush below my window, and it caught the bush on fire, and it actually woke my parents up, and to this day they don't know why in the middle of the night their bush caught on fire. So that was quite funny, really. So I don't know how many of you have done this sort of thing. It's difficult to watch because this is a big part of my past, and I didn't really understand the concept of moving on until the last couple of days, when I've really sat down and thought about it, and I've realised, I have to let things go before I can get well again. I have to, I can't keep storing all this stuff up. I kept all my old letters from my CPN, from the doctors, like little notes given to me in hospital. The next step, I think, is pictures. I have to get rid of pictures, but I don't think I'm quite ready to do that yet. I don't know how many of you have the same thing as me, where let's just let that burn a second, where you take pictures of your self-harm. I don't know why I do it. I can't explain why I do it, but I do. Whenever I self-harm, I take pictures of it, and it's weird. Why would you want to do that? Maybe it's attention seeking, who knows. But yeah, so bear with me, we'll speed it up a little bit because this is going to take some time. This is really hard. I just, I feel like I'm losing a big chunk of my life. It's pretty fun having a little bonfire in my garden. Sorry, in my garden, in my room. But it is really difficult. I did underestimate how difficult it would be. Don't worry, I do have a fire blanket just sat over there in case anything did go wrong. But it is really hard, and I hope it will help me. Okay, that's we're nearly there now. Part of me, you know, part of me does feel good about this because, you know, it's a big thing for me to let go, but it is really difficult. I need a tissue. Okay. So that's me, my new start. Room full of smoke. We made it. I hope you keep watching. If you have any questions, let me know and I'll try and answer them. But keep safe, keep strong, and just keep on fighting.